Hello, I'm Don Hammock, Sports Information Director at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. Thank you for joining us for an episode of Bulldog Blitz. A little disappointing tonight up here at East Central in Decatur. Gulf Coast, the number 3 team in the country, loses 24-20. We're going to talk with Coach Jack Wright while we look at some highlights. Then we're going to introduce you to running back Trey Hall while we play 10 questions. Lastly, new baseball head coach Zach Allen will introduce you to his 2025 Bulldogs. Stick around. Here on the field with Gulf Coast head coach Jack Wright. Coach, tough night tonight up here in Decatur. Y'all battled down to the final minute.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of comes to mind, Don, is give East Central credit. They played really well. They made some critical plays, especially late in the game that kept drives going. You just got to give their quarterback, their receivers, their skill guys on offense made plays in timely moments.
I thought we had some penalties that were really costly. We had some mistakes that hurt us. Special teams mistakes kind of bit us. We had a long kickoff return that called back because of a penalty, missed a field goal. I think there were plays there that were to be made tonight, and we just didn't get it executed.
That's always the case in a close game like this. You're going to go back and you're going to say, well, if we had done that, well, if we had done this, and there's going to be things that as coaches we look at, some decisions made during the game maybe we would want back, but that's the way it goes in close games. East Central didn't play perfect either, so we just came out on the wrong end. You got to give them credit. Their offense did a good job of staying on the field, kind of eating up clock, getting first downs, and they won the game that way.
Let's talk about offensively. I just handed you the stats. We actually outgained them for the night, although it didn't necessarily feel that way. What were you guys able to do offensively tonight?
We came out hot, Don. We were running the football. I think we hit a big pass play on the first play of the game. So just, felt really good because we hadn't played in 2 weeks, and you don't, when you're undefeated like we were before the game, you just feel like you don't want to lose momentum. So I felt good. I felt like we had some of the same momentum we had in the Pearl River game, but that kind of fizzled out and became a war, and the pace of the game kind of changed.
Defensively, the regulars made a couple big stops when they needed to. They got put in a bind deep in our territory after an interception. They kept y'all in the game, I think, tonight.
They did. Our defense was on the field a long time. It seems to be a theme. For whatever reason, we've got to get another stop. We've got to get off the field. But offensively, we have to do a better job of staying on the field. We've got to get some first downs, especially don't put ourselves behind. Let's get some first downs early in the game and create a little momentum and get our defense off the field, at more points during the game.
The one positive thing going forward is if we win out, we'll still be South champs. We'll still be the number 1 seed, and we'll get to host some playoff games.
Yeah, we're really, really disappointed about tonight. We've been working on this game for 2 weeks now with the bye week, and but you're right. We still have a chance to finish at the top of the division. Everything that every one of our goals that we set for us at the beginning of the season is still in front of us. So we've got a good team. We've got to get a little confidence back. We've got to be positive with these guys. I kind of know the makeup of our team, Don. I think we're going to be okay. I think we've got some really talented guys, but I think we've got some high character guys too, and they're going to fight through this.
You're down by 10 points with about 5 minutes to play, and you really give yourself a chance. So I think that says a lot about the stick-to-itiveness of the team.
There was no quit. I mean, even until the clock said 0, I thought we had a chance to win. I thought all of our players thought we had a chance to win. So that says a lot about them. We didn't. Kudos to East Central. We've got to get over our disappointment and move forward.
All right, Jack, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Let's meet running back Trey Hall while we play 10 questions.
My name is Trey Hall from Rolling, Mississippi. It's a small town, not far. It's far from here, and it's just a good town down there. I started playing football when I was like 6 years old. My mama had convinced me to play football. I really didn't want to play football, but she had convinced me to go down there and play football. And when I tried it out, then I had started liking it, so it went on from there. Nah, I wasn't really good. I was scared to get tackled. I didn't like getting tackled. To this day, I still don't like getting tackled. I love playing football because it's just peaceful out there. Like, it brings all the problems out you. Like, on the field, it's just real peaceful out there. And I love scoring touchdowns too, so that's why I love playing football. Coach Louis, man, he's a character, man. He's a funny guy, but sometimes he get real serious about his business. He's a good coach, though. You feel me? You combine with him and connect with him. He's a good coach. Miss Dana, she's sitting right here beside me. This is my favorite person in this facility. I love her to death. She's a great character. She's really a character. They just don't know that. Sometimes she get a little shaky, a little feisty, but she's my favorite person to this day.
What do you think about Trey?
Trey is definitely my favorite running back and person. No, really, Trey is awesome. Awesome athlete, awesome person. You never see him that he doesn't have this smile on his face. Let's see it, that one. And when he comes into the training room, it just changes my whole mood, and it turns into a great mood no matter what.
Gotta be Debo Samuel because I model my game after him, and he's a great player. I feel like we got the same traits and stuff like that. I just model my game after him. Gotta be Lil Baby because he be talking about some real stuff in life, like he talk about real life stuff, and yeah, I gotta go with Lil Baby. I gotta go with Superman. He can save the day. Little Superman. That I can cook. I can cook real good. They just don't know. Whatever you need cook, come ask me, Trey Hall, to cook it.
New baseball coach Zach Allen is putting his 2025 club through the fall paces right now. Let's talk with Coach Allen and meet the 2025 Bulldogs.
I'm Zach Allen. I'm the new baseball coach here at Mississippi Gulf Coast. I'm extremely humbled for this opportunity. I'm a coast guy myself. I'm from Pascagoula, so I know the rich tradition here, trying to bring that back. It's a big goal for us, is to bring that tradition back and, you know, build that bridge and be the foundation this year to getting it back to where it needs to be at. We got a team that's pretty tough, and that's what we're trying to build here. You know, the toughness factor in our conference, the junior college way, the grind, that's what we got. We have a tough team that's, you know, not scared to get their hands wet or dirty. When they get out there and go, it's kind of show them the practice plan, and when it's time to practice and get after it, they do it. We want a team that's led by our leaders, and when we have that and the coaches can sit back and, you know, we know they're taking care of business, that's when our team's going to be pretty good. Our arms are going to be pretty solid. You know, we've got some sophomores that are coming back in that we really expect to lead our staff, starting with Aiden Seymour, right-handed pitcher from D'Iberville. He threw a good bit for us last year. We expect him to be significant in our roles of what he wants to do, whether it's a starter, whether it's a reliever and pitching every day. We're really excited about him. We have another arm that transferred in from LSU Eunice, Sam Marsh. We expect big things out of him, a big body, 90-93, good slider, great build, one of those guys that you don't really have to worry about, what he's doing off the field because he's handling his business. We got another pitcher in, Eli Waters. We're excited about him. He transferred in from another school in the league, and he's got some innings under his belt, which is big. But in this league where it's go out there and figure out what you got, he can do that, and we can throw him the ball at any time, and he's ready to rock and roll. We have some freshmen that are coming in we expect big things out of. Griffin Wells, Pascagoula guy, Tyler West from Van Cleve. We expect those two guys to probably pitch every single day for us. They're dual guys as well, where they're going to come in and throw some big time innings for us, and we're excited to have those guys and see where it falls with that. We got 2 out-of-state guys that we expect some big things out of, James Vines and Walker Seaman. Both of those guys are freshmen, so we got to get their feet wet early and see what we're getting out of them. They work hard, they get after it, but again, they're freshmen, so we got to figure out what they got. Trey McDonald, big-time arm from Moss Point, Mississippi. We expect huge things out of him. He's had a really good fall where we're excited to see if he's probably one of our top 4 guys that can go in and any time of the day throwing the ball, and he's going to pound that zone, he's going to command it, and we're excited about having him. Another arm we got, sophomore coming back, Braden Scott, pitching big time innings for us last year, went off and played some summer ball, so we're expecting him to come in and throwing the ball every 4th game and see what he can get out of us. If he's a long reliever, figure out what his role is. We expect big things out of him. CJ Eade, another freshman that's coming in from Forest County, really stepping into his own. He's kind of figuring out his body, and the velo's starting to jump, and he's having more confidence, and that's huge. And then Britt Stringer from Petal, that guy, if he can pound the zone, he's going to be really good. The ball moves all over the place. Up middle to upper 80s arm that can really do some things, good build on him. But the one thing about the whole staff in general is they work hard. Under Coach Stewart's leadership, they get after it every day. They're not just sitting around when it's not their time to throw pins. They're always looking to get better, and that's huge for us to take the next step with the pitching staff this year to be and compete in this league. We got a very good group of catchers. We're very deep there. Seth Sterling coming back from Warren Central, lefty bat. We expect big things out of him. Leighton Etter, catcher from Van Cleve. Landon Wallace, catcher from West Harrison. Those 3 guys will be in the mix, plus you throw an ST Moss in there from Summerall. And we have another transfer in, Colby Wilson from another team in the league. We got 5 catchers that can really do it. The best catcher is going to play, and they understand that. So when we do that, it's defense first. And then the bat comes with it, so it's a good race right there. It's going to be fun to see how the catching situation unfolds. We got a pretty good group coming back there, led with Caden Irving, third baseman, Gaucher, big bopper, trying to keep it, nursing back a little bit. He's got a little injury going on right now, but he's had a really good fall, had a big home run the other day in one of our fall games. So he'll probably be our everyday third baseman going around the horn. You'll have Landon Holloman at shortstop, Summerall. Very fast guy, sometimes almost too fast, got to slow him down, but I'd rather have to, slow him down than speed him up. He can move the baseball, make all the defensive plays. Him coming into his own is going to be really good for us. The second base position is going to be a battle. Griffin Wells, Tyler West, both of those guys we talked about earlier a little bit being pitchers, but they're also dual guys that can swing in a little bit, and then you throw an out-of-stater and Brandon Coakley in there from Louisiana. He can play all 3 positions, so we got to figure out where it falls and who's going to be there at the end of the day starting, because having some depth there is really good. That competition, breeds success, and that's what we're trying to do here. And then we get to first base. Dawson Hall will be back from Gulfport, lefty swinger. He'll be really good there. And then we have 2 freshmen, Cole Autry, Judson Byers, that are playing for positions there. And then we'll bring Dom Jackson in the first a little bit, just to kind of lengthen our lineup a little bit. We're deep in the outfield. We got 6 outfielders that at any time I don't feel bad putting them out there. Starting with Jacob Palazzo out in left field from Gulfport, a returner, sophomore leader, really gets after it in the weight room. Make sure our guys are doing the right thing. I can rely on Jacob to keep our team on the straight and narrow, and that's huge for us. Other outfielder Jordan Davis, freshman coming in, lefty bat. Not huge, but plays like he's 6 foot, which is awesome. That's what we kind of want out of that. And then moving on to center field, you got Keelan Parnell, who's over at football right now, will be back with us. Returner as well, kicked back from Mississippi State. We're expecting big things out of him. Just got to get him back in the baseball swing of things. Then Trey Hall, he is a outfielder arm from Harrison Central that's kind of doing some things. He's a little bit banged up right now, but if we can get him back, physical kid that can really get it and go. Tanner Ladner, outfielder from Hancock, that's getting into his own as well. He didn't get much playing time as a freshman, but he's really worked all summer long to get where he needed to get to. This spring, we've seen a really good jump in him, and we expect big things out of him. And then moving over to right field, you got Dom Jackson, obviously one of our best hitters coming back, one of the best hitters in the league. A lot of pumps last year. Got more athletic over the summer, which was huge. We challenged him to do that, and he picked up right away and did that. And then you'll have Keandre Fields out there as well, kicked back from Missouri. That he again, not much playing time as a freshman, but really took it over this summer to make a stride. And then this fall or this spring, what you've seen out of him is a whole different kid, and we're excited to have that out of him. Staff's awesome. We've got a very, very good one. Guys that I trust, guys that I know. Starting with Chase Stewart, recruiting coordinator, pitching coach. One of my best friends, which is huge for me too. Guy that I can really rely on and trust. It's gonna, keep us accountable too. It's not just gonna say, hey coach, yeah, let's do this. No, he's gonna, speak up when it needs to be, and that's huge. What he's done at Colin over the past 2 years, what he's done in the high school level before that, it all speaks for itself. A character that I really trust, and what I see out of the pitching staff are guys that work hard. They have the demeanor, they have the mentality that we're trying to really establish here. Mentality is huge on the bump, and that's something me and Coach Stewart both kind of go towards. And watching him in the bullpen every day with those guys, watching him in the weight room with those guys, they're building relationships, which are huge. Because once you build the relationship, everything on that baseball field comes easier. And he's a big relationship guy, and so am I. So it's huge to have that guy that I sit back and say, Coach Stewart, do your thing, and they make it happen. And then KD's came over as well. I actually coached him, so he runs the offense throughout the day, which is huge for me to kind of sit back and help him with that. But watch him kind of take ownership over that. He has hitting plans for him, very individualized. He works hard with those guys, and he puts a lot of time in. The guys are very fortunate to have a guy that wants to put the time in like that. Cade understands the kind of offense I want to run. With it, being aggressive on the base pass, moving the ball with 2 strikes. We're on the same page, same wavelength, so that's huge for me to, have those 2 guys that on the field, they do exactly what, we're on the same page to do. And then from the recruiting side of it, those guys are the best in the league. There's not one team or one player that we don't know about. When it's time to, talk about the recruiting board, they know who they are. They're getting out, they're going. I'm fortunate on that side. And then Caleb Sterling, he's in his 2nd year with us. He's kind of the thing that keeps going. Every time we have games on the field, he's there to help us out. If guys want to hit extra, he's there to do it. He's going to work with our outfielders this year. So, when you go around the, field, you're going to have a coach for every position, which there's not many places that have that. I'm doing infield, Coach Dees is doing catching, Coach Stewart's with the pitchers, Coach Sterling's with the outfielders. Everybody's covered. You're getting worked here, and that's one thing about our staff that I think we can really push forward is that we get after it, and we're actually able to coach. You don't just have somebody that when it's time to do base run, the outfielders have to do it the whole time. They get to go do that. It's going to be a grind. It's going to grind like every year. With the recruiting, how it's going, top to bottom, anybody can be anybody. So if you take a day off, you're going to be in trouble. So that's what we're trying to establish here is the mentality of every single day, winning the day. It doesn't really matter who you're playing a faceless opponent, you're playing the game of baseball. So if you're throwing strikes, you're making plays, you're going to be able to compete in the league. And that's what our plans to do. We're going to go in and we're going to compete in this league this year, and we're going to try to make some noise early off and stay healthy, which is a key goal for everybody. But you stay healthy and you get the right mentality, mindset, and get hot at the right time. That's what we're going to try to do here. Honestly, our goal is just to compete in every single game, every single facet of the game. When we get to the end of the season and, it's May and we're playing for a state championship and trying to get to that regional and get to that national championship in Enid, the little things that we're doing right now matter. How we wake up and do our breakfast check in the fall. If we go to class, if we do the things right, all those big things happen in the spring. So we're really trying to engrave that we got to do the little things right to get to the big things. We work the root to get to the fruit. We can't just talk about championships all the time if we're not doing the little things right. But if we do those little things right, the championships are going to come. And that's where we expect to be through the year. You know, when May comes and we're getting ready to play a regional, we want to be hosting that thing. We want to win a state championship. We want to be in Enid. You know, that's our goals at the end of the day. We've got to work to get there, yes, but everyone should be, you know, striving for that. And, you know, we talk about it a little bit because they need to know what's there. They need to know what the, you know, fruit really is, but we can't talk about it so much. We got to be working about our little things and working hard every single day to get to that.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Bulldog Blitz. We'll be coming to you next time from Wesson after the Bulldogs play at Colin.